Imagine trying to run an entire school district without knowing how much money you'll have to work with. That's the situation superintendents around the state are in right now because the legislature hasn't passed a budget yet. Lawmakers say they're doing their best to compromise, but as Kylie Kahn reports, school leaders are putting on the pressure.
The continued politics in Lansing comes at a cost to stability and to students.
Grand Ledge Public Schools are in their second week of classes. They have a budget in place, but educators are worried the state might give them less than they accounted for.
We have some reserves, but we only have a limited amount of reserves, so we can't weather the uncertainty for an indefinite period of time.
Some school districts like Grand Ledge have set their budget at an increase of $100 per student, which they say is a conservative amount.
Both the House and the Senate, along with the governor's budget, all had that increase in the foundation grant, but that still is an estimate. So we don't want to have to make any mid-year budget cuts or anything.
The House was back in session Tuesday, more than a week earlier than scheduled.
We've evaluated many of the options that are out there. Many of them are that have been suggested are poor alternatives, fiscally reckless alternatives.
Well, the majority leader and I have had ongoing conversations with the governor over the summer, and we're continuing those negotiations and conversations this week, and I'm optimistic we're going to see real progress here soon.
But the clock is ticking. The House has 14 more sessions scheduled before the new fiscal year begins on October 1st.
If we go into a government shutdown because we can't do our job, then we're going to cost a lot of different organizations money and hardship.
That was Kylie Kahn reporting for us there. The governor released a video on Twitter Monday saying this is the first time in the last 9 years that we haven't passed a budget before the beginning of the school fiscal year. The Senate is expected to be back in session tomorrow. We'll be keeping an eye on those talks for you, and we'll let you know as soon as lawmakers reach a deal. The state government will shut down unless a budget is signed into law before October 1st.